They didn't want you to just stumble into these neighborhoods. First came the drugs, then the crime. Property values plummeted, and that's when the vultures swooped in, buying cheap, selling high, and leaving entire communities in the dust. This isn't progress, it's gentrification. Picture America in the 1970s and 80s. Once thriving Black neighborhoods filled with families, businesses, churches, and culture suddenly became the backdrop of an engineered collapse. Drugs didn't just magically appear, they were funneled in, flooding streets that once echoed with kids playing in neighborhoods, talking on porches. But here's where the story begins to unravel. Crack cocaine and heroin hit hard, crime rates spiked, and the media painted these neighborhoods as hopeless war zones. What they left out was that the policies and pipelines that delivered the poison in the first place. Once the chaos took root, the next blow landed. Collapse of value as crimes rose. Property values sank. Homes once worth stability were now labeled worthless. Families couldn't sell. Banks refused fair loans, and block after block became devalued on paper, even though the people inside still held the culture together. And that's when the so-called saviors arrived. Investors and developers showed up like heroes, scooping up homes and businesses for pennies on the dollar. Entire blocks were bought for cheap, flipped, and suddenly that same worthless land skyrocketed by price. But for the families who lived there, this wasn't an opportunity, it was actually betrayal. The very people forced to weather the storm now couldn't afford to stay. Rent doubled, tripled, taxes climbed, and soon the same families who built the community were watching strangers move into their old homes. Gentrification wasn't just a side effect of urban progress, it was a strategy. Break it down, devalue it, take it cheap, and profit while the displaced scramble to start over somewhere. And if this feels familiar, it should, because these same patterns repeat today in cities across America. They'll tell you it's revolutionized, but call it what is legalized theft. If this made you see history differently, subscribe to History with Kim, because the untold will be told.